So peeps, welcome to this episode of Behind the Song. We're going to do two songs this time. And I put them together because they were written about relatively at the same time. And they kind of go together. Alright, the first song. And both these are on when me and Nick were kind of doing our own thing. And we put out this EP called We the Man and That's the Problem. We re-recorded these two songs on our first EP of what is now A Failure to Conform, and we haven't played these songs in probably 2 years since Nick left the band. So the first one is Throw on the Chain, and when me and Nick were jamming, I was kind of playing around with the Creeping Death riff, and that became the main riff of this song, but it sounded heavier because I was in C sharp at the time, which now I'm in B standard, so it's even heavier than it was. But anyway, the intro is kind of Sabbathy kind of thing. I kind of do like that. It's almost like when you do a pinch harmonic, but I keep my thumb on there, give it that sound, and do the double picking on that. So then we go into the Creeping Death rip-off. Like downstroke the main part and then double pick the end there to kind of lock it in. Nirvana, lots of bands use this progression. But most of the time they'll do the. So I'm gonna do single notes and it kind of drags it out. The chain would just pop off there, and so is Struggle, and this has got a very Kill 'Em All Metallica type riff in it. Again from me and Nick jamming. Actually, Let's see, it does that a few times. It's just like a slower version of that chorus. And then I'll do a second breakdown with the variation of it. That's the whole song. That's probably one of the few that starts or ends how it starts. So that one's called Struggle, and from what I remember, me and Nick were talking about like what the lyrics should be on that. I was like, what's on your mind, whatever, you know. And he's like, you know, like when you're trying to be cool and nice and people really test your patience on that. It's like, yes I do. And that's what that song's about. It's trying to keep it together when people are really trying to be, you know, to do the opposite. And that is the struggle. So yeah, that will about do it on those two songs. We got a special one next time. Willow's going to join me, and we're going to talk about her new single, Appalachian Murder Ride. Should be out hopefully a few days after the single drops, and we'll see you next time.